Before we get into today's video, I wanted to quickly let you know that we are doing a giveaway as promised. So for every single like this video gets, we're going to give away $1. So if we get 3,000 likes, we're going to give away $3,000. There's no limit. And all you need to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below your thoughts on the video or where you think I am right now. The last 9 weeks for Bitcoin have not been great, but we're finally starting to see a couple of very bullish signs that indicate we may have bottomed out and that we could be on our way to reach new record highs in the remainder of 2022. So today's video, I want to talk about some good news with on-chain analytics, talking about the bottom of the market and things going on, but also a couple of pieces of bad news that you need to be aware of, as well as what's going on with Cardano. So if you enjoy this sort of content, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and let's jump right in. So starting off with the overall crypto market before we get into altcoins like Cardano, Solana, and a couple of others. Right now, the overall crypto market is sitting at a $1.29 trillion market cap, and we're seeing a lot of green over the last 24 hours. We're seeing that Bitcoin is above $30,000 per coin at $31,400. And the important thing here is that we're continuing to see Bitcoin dominance increase. Right now, Bitcoin dominance is almost at 47%, which is the highest that it has been in months. And what we're seeing here is that Bitcoin is slowly starting to rise while many altcoins are still struggling. And this is typically what happens in every market cycle. We see that a lot of people leave altcoins, continue to pour money into Bitcoin, and Bitcoin dominance increases and increases until we finally start to see the whole market explode and enter that bull market. Also, what we're seeing in terms of technical analysis with Bitcoin, which is a good sign, is that we've finally seen Bitcoin have a weekly close in the green. You can see that we had 9 consecutive weeks of red closes for Bitcoin ever since April, ever since the end of March 2022. And the thing is that we finally have a green close. But as we have spoken about in every single video over the last couple of weeks, really, the important thing for Bitcoin is not that we saw this one weekly close in the green, because we've seen this happen. We've seen fake outs happen. The important thing here is that we need to see a weekly close above 31,500 for Bitcoin to really indicate that we have hit the bottom, because that is a very strong support for Bitcoin and the overall crypto market over the last almost year and a half now, 18 months now, that 31,500. So if we could see a weekly close above 31,500, that is when I will be putting more money into some of my larger positions. I've been continuing to dollar cost average, but that is when I would have a lot more confidence that we did hit the bottom and that we are going to continue to rally to new record highs. So we are just right at that level right now, and so keep an eye out on this. I want to quickly interrupt today's video to bring you a word from our channel partner, Fairdesk. Fairdesk is one of our longest term sponsors on the channel, and they are a cryptocurrency exchange that offers up to 125x leverage. This is the platform where I have currently been doing a lot of my leverage trading as of recently, because they have a very simple and easy to use platform that really provides investors with access to the global crypto markets. Some of the features that I personally enjoy and use the most on Fairdesk are 3 things. First is that they have a simple mobile app with great charting features if you like technical analysis. The second is that they also offer leverage trading on dozens of the top trading cryptocurrencies. And the third is that they have easy access to short or long any of your favorite cryptos. If you sign up for Fairdesk today using the link in the description, you can get up to a $600 bonus when you deposit $100 or more. So if you're interested in trading crypto specifically with leverage, I definitely think you should check out Fairdesk. Remember, leverage trading is high risk, high reward, but I think this platform is definitely worth checking out. Anyways, let's get back to the program. Other things that are very bullish, make me feel more confident on the overall state of the market, is 3 things in terms of on-chain analytics. What we're seeing is the first is that there are 3 ratios that you typically are very, very accurate when trying to predict the bottom. And what we can see is that the first ratio is between short-term and long-term holders. When we're looking at this, this is really a chart of the amount of circulating supply held by long-term and short-term holders in profit or loss. Just saying, how many people are holding it who have held it for more than a year, how many people are holding Bitcoin that have held it less than a year. And what we're seeing is that this short-term to long-term ratio is in the buy zone. And every single time that this has happened, this has indicated the bottom bottom of the market. Typically, what we see is there are more short-term holders. When markets start to rise, we see prices start to increase because everyone's FOMOing into Bitcoin. And then key thing here is that we are in the green zone. And the last couple of bear markets in 2014, 2015, 2018, and in 2020, when we hit that green zone, that was the bottom of the market. Second ratio is going to be the cost basis ratio. What we're looking is that on-chain cost basis is that right now for long-term holders, the current cost basis is around 22,000. But the key thing here is that means the bottom of the market may be around $22,000 per coin because we have not touched that green line. If we're looking at this chart right here, you could see that every single previous bear market that we had dropped below that long-term cost basis. That means that long-term holders were in the red. So we haven't seen that happen yet. We also haven't seen that crossover take place. You could see this purple line right here cross below the green line, but it indicates that we are close to the bottom, if not already there. So that is the second thing that I would take a look at. And the third is going to be with what is going on with this short-term holder to long-term holder cost base ratio. You can see that every single previous bear market, again, when we've hit this green zone, that has indicated that we have hit the bottom. So all three of these indicators are showing us that, look, we either have hit the bottom of the market already or it is happening in the next couple of weeks. That is why I am going to continue to take a look at this Bitcoin chart on the weekly charts and see, can we have a close above 31,500, or are we just going to continue to trade in this range? Now I want to talk quickly about a couple things going on with MicroStrategy, because MicroStrategy CEO Michael Saylor came out and talked about their Bitcoin strategy right now. He came out and addressed that Bitcoin's near-term volatility is largely irrelevant. And whenever we're talking about technical analysis, this is for more of short-term to medium-term holders. If you're looking at Bitcoin long-term, ultimately, I think that there's nothing to worry about. You just want to continue to accumulate over time. And Michael Saylor from MicroStrategy basically said the same thing. He said, look, Bitcoin is the most certain thing in a very uncertain world. It's more certain than any of the other 19,000 cryptocurrencies. It's more certain than any stock. It's more certain than any owning property anywhere in the world. He said ultimately long-term, Bitcoin is going to continue to be part of their investment portfolio. They're going to continue to add to it over time, and they don't care what the price is. They're going to continue to pour profits from their business into Bitcoin. Now let's talk a little bit about what has been going on, which isn't too great. That is going to be that Coinbase recently announced that they will be freezing all hiring and will rescind any accepted job offers. If there were people who were accepted job offers at Coinbase to start working, or people who had applied to Coinbase, those jobs are no longer open because Coinbase says that they are cutting down on their hiring efforts, freezing their hiring efforts to, they said, quickly adapt to market conditions. They said adapting quickly and acting now will help them to successfully navigate the macro environment as well as the potential crypto winter. They said that they can't continue to hire at this rate because they've been hiring so quickly over the last couple of months and really years. And even though they had pledged at the beginning of the year to make a significant increase in their hiring, they simply can't do that based on current market conditions. So a lot of people are worried that this means, you know, if big companies in the crypto space aren't hiring, that's not a good sign. And while it isn't, it's not all crypto companies. For example, we're seeing FTX continue to hire at a very rapid rate. They're continuing to grow. It's just some crypto exchanges are struggling a bit more than others. And now I want to talk about what's been going on with Cardano. So when we look at Cardano, we could see that there are a couple of interesting things happening. The first is that Cardano has really been the only cryptocurrency to see on-chain volume increase throughout 2022. We can see that Cardano increased 369% in terms of its on-chain volume for the year, while every other cryptocurrency saw a decrease. Bitcoin was down 15%, Ethereum down 49%, Polkadot down 59%, Dogecoin, Algorand, almost every single other cryptocurrency saw significant decrease in on-chain volume, basically meaning more people using the blockchain. Then you're looking at Cardano, there's significant increase in people using its blockchain for NFTs, building projects. But when you're looking at other cryptocurrencies, there's a decrease. Whether you're talking about Ethereum NFTs, Solana, whatever it is, you're seeing a significant increase on Cardano and a significant decrease on all other cryptos. In addition to this, what we're seeing is that Cardano, its price has been rallying very quickly whenever we see a little spike in the market. And this has a couple of reasons. One of which is because of that on-chain volume, which we talked about. We're seeing a lot of activity going on with Cardano, but the overall market is holding down its price. What we're seeing is that not only is there a lot of on-chain activity and on-chain volume, but we are also seeing that developers are building at a record rate on Cardano's blockchain right now. According to a new report, Cardano hit a new all-time high in terms of development activity on May 31st, 2022. The development activity rose to 457 GitHub submissions per day, and that is while the price of Cardano is still down significantly. So this ultimately is a very good sign for Cardano investors. We're seeing increased activity by developers. We're seeing increased activity by investors and people using it for NFTs. And all of these, in my opinion, could help Cardano rally significantly faster than all the other cryptocurrencies in the market when we do see a bounce. Last thing going on with Cardano, which is pretty bullish, is going to be that we are seeing that the Vassal hard fork is coming up very quickly. Cardano's Vassal hard fork is coming up at the end of June 2022. And before every single upgrade in the past, we have usually seen Cardano's price go on to rally significantly. So a lot of analysts are looking at, could Cardano's price rally to $1 per coin leading up to the Vassal hard fork at the end of June 2022? And the simple answer is yes. But the one caveat, the one thing we need to keep in mind is that while it has happened in the past, if we look at historical data, you can see every single upgrade has been led up to, before every single upgrade, we had a huge price increase. While that has happened, usually the market is in a very bullish state. So the one caveat, the one thing to just be concerned about is the overall market going to continue to rally? Or are we going to see Bitcoin's price potentially, reach $40,000, maybe $50,000 by the end of June 2022? Or is it not? Because if the overall market is continuing to be stagnant or even drop, that $1 per coin for Cardano is not going to happen leading up to the Vassal hard fork. So just keep in mind that yes, historically before a major upgrade, Cardano's price rallies, but the one thing to keep in mind is that you have to have overall market conditions be bullish. So really, that's what's going on with the overall crypto market in terms of Cardano, in terms of what's going on with on-chain data for Bitcoin. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. See ya.